Hey guys, coming back again for another fat loss update. So today is Sunday, and so last week actually went pretty well. Things are getting back on track. Not that they were that far off, but still, you get what I'm saying. So one thing I did do differently last week, on a kind of a whim, I decided to kind of try. Well, there's two things. Let me back up a bit. I did start riding the bike just a little bit, just to do something new. Kept my step count basically the same. It varies day to day. That's why I say basically the same. But around like 16,000 is where I am right now. That's everything during the day, and I'll take 2 walks during the day, like longer walks. But at the bike, I'm only doing for 10 minutes, and I think I did it 3 days last week. So I'll do it maybe 3 to 5 days. Probably not going to do more than that. It's just something different, so that's kind of helps out, break the monotony of things a little bit. The part I did on a whim on Friday, I decided to try the rapid fat loss protocol. Did I say loss? Rapid fat loss protocol. So I'm kind of, again, taking some of the things from Lyle McDonald, but I'm not doing everything like it says. So I'm not technically doing his protocol. But I am doing what I did. I increased my protein intake to around 1.5 grams per pound of lean body mass. So it's around like 250, 260 on protein. Pretty much no carbohydrates. What I did with one of the shakes is I did have like 1 cup of milk. So there's some carbohydrates there and some fat in that. And then I took some fish oil, and then I added just a little bit of fat at dinner, like, salad dressing, and just a slight bit of cheese, Parmesan cheese on the salad. And so that worked pretty well. I don't like to cut fat too low, so I'm gonna aim for around like 40 grams of fat, around in there. That way I feel like I can keep fat levels at a good place. They don't need to be super high anyway, but I don't like going down too low. I don't know, it makes me a little nervous, so I don't want to do it. So I did it that day, so it was definitely fewer calories than what I had taken in, but I felt good. It was kind of fun. And the reason for wanting to try it out really isn't for the rapid fat loss part. It's what I was planning on doing later on this year. So like once I get through with this fat loss phase, I'm go back into kind of a weight gain, muscle building phase. And at some point, my body fat levels are going to get to a point where I don't want them getting higher. And so I was planning on doing a mini cut then to come back down and then build back up. And so I was planning on using the rapid fat loss or LOS protocol during that as well. So I wanted to kind of give it a shot and see how it worked. I liked it. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do this week is, my goal right now, or what the plan is right now, is today is Sunday, so I'm going to have some more carbohydrates today, and then hopefully Monday through Friday, Friday kind of early afternoon, will be the rapid fat loss protocol. So again, basically just protein and fat, that just a little bit of kind of trace carbs. I'm going to see how I feel on Friday. What I may do Friday night is have some carbs, maybe like a big bowl of cereal or something like that, because I don't want that rapid fat loss protocol and those few calories to impact my training, the climbing on Saturday and the weight training on Saturday. So I may need some carbs Friday night for that. I may not. I may feel good and not need them. Then Saturday will be my typical high carb, high calorie day. Sunday will be more of a moderate carb, higher calorie than normal or during those other days. So still kind of a carb cycling approach or cyclical ketogenic diet, however you want to say it. There's a lot of different ways of saying it, but I like kind of having that variation in calories and carbohydrates. I feel like it changes things up some, so it's not as boring, and it seems to be real helpful. So I've taken a picture too, just to kind of give you guys an update. So I'll probably start doing that every Sunday. That way it's actually after all the carbohydrates. I'm not trying to do anything fancy with lighting, so it's just the ring light, and I'm going to try to standardize as much as I can. So I'm going to be fairly, hopefully around the same distance from it. So I'm not trying to kind of skew things so it looks better one week versus another. Um, the lighting is whatever the lighting is, but hopefully you'll be able to see whatever changes are occurring. So I'm kind of curious to see how this rapid fat loss protocol will work. And I don't plan on doing it for a very long period of time, 2, maybe 4 weeks at most. And then I'll kind of go back to what I was doing before. But I don't feel like I'm too far away from my goal. For me, where I tend to store it more is on the side and lower back. And so I just want to see if I can get rid of that. Not because I think once I get rid of that, then I can stay at that level of leanness year round, but I'm just curious if I can do it. So it'll be a challenge. I like a challenge. I'm going to do that. Or as some of my friends from up north say, challenge. Sorry, inside joke. But that's what I'm hoping to do. And then, like I said, once I get to a certain point, I can't stay there. It's not healthy to stay there. But right now, energy levels are good. There's no impact on sleep or anything like that. So everything's in a good place right now. When those things start to take a hit, then maybe I'll push just a little bit into that, but I'm not going to push too far into that. Health's priority, not just fat loss or looking a certain way or anything like that. But anyway, that's enough for today. It gives you guys an idea of what I'm planning on doing. We'll see how next week goes. Maybe I try it and then after like 2 days, I'm just like, nope, can't do this. I don't know. But I've got options. Even with that, what I could do is maybe do 2 days. Golly, I can't speak. 2 days of the rapid fat loss protocol. Maybe on the third day, have some carbohydrates in. Then, do another 2 days and then have kind of that, time on the weekend to have more. Who knows? There's all kinds of ways I could do it. Or 2 days low, 1 day medium, 3 days low, 1 day high. There's all kinds of options on it. So we'll kind of see how things are going. I'll see what my body's telling me and go from there. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you got questions about anything, let me know, and I'll talk to you next time.